Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another product review here on the Chemist DIY channel. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing this new MUCAR CDE900 OBD II diagnostic scanning tool. Now, if you're new to the automotive scan tool world, MUCAR is a subdivision of ThinkCar Incorporated, who offers a variety of diagnostic tools and price points for your car scanner needs. Now, with that said, ThinkCar was kind enough to send me out this new unit to test and review for you all, so thank you, ThinkCar, for allowing me to make this review. Now, when you receive your scanner tool, it's going to come in this secure packaging, and on the back side of the packaging we have a brief product description of what the CDE900 unit has to offer, with some of the major key points being support for vehicle years 96 and above. It has Wi-Fi capabilities, your standard 16-pin data link connector for connecting to your vehicle's OBD2 scanner port, a 4-inch 480 by 854 pixel touchscreen color display, a TF expansion card slot for data recording, capable of holding up to a 256 gigabit memory card, which, by the way, is not supplied with your purchase. It has a USB Type A to USB Type C 5-volt 2.5 amp interface, which I'm assuming is for charging the unit and quite possibly connecting to your PC for data retrieval. It also offers a $40 upgradable support for ECM, SRS, TCM, and ABS diagnostic systems, and we'll be discussing that a little bit further on in the video. And it also supports US, EU, and Asian market vehicles. Now, with all that said, let's go ahead and open up the packaging and see what you'll be receiving if you so purchase this unit. Alright, guys, so inside the packaging we have our Type A to Type C charging cable. We have a plastic cover that seems to go inside our data link cable port here to protect it from dust and debris. We have a pretty good length here. This seems to be like a maybe 3 foot and 3.5 foot cable length here. And we have the unit itself. Now, the body itself has a nice rubberized texture coating. Feels pretty solid and pretty well made. On the back side we have little information and the serial number, which I'm covering. And we also have a power button on the side, which powers up our unit. Taking a look at the buttons, they have a good, nice tactile response with a pretty loud click to let you know that your selection has been made. At the bottom of the unit we have a door here, which houses our USB Type C connection here, as well as the slot for the micro SD card. And speaking of the micro SD card, I'm going to be using a 128 gig Pro Samsung SD card, which I have not formatted just yet. I kind of want to see if the unit itself will format the SD card. So this is a spare card I had laying around for one of my security cameras. But overall, taking a look at the unit itself, it's pretty solid, pretty well made, and does feel like a quality piece of equipment. It does not feel cheap, and seems to be able to take the normal shop abuse that typically goes on within a shop. So we're going to go ahead and power on the device and go through some of its paces, and we're also going to need to program in our Wi-Fi access into here. Since we do have Wi-Fi capabilities, we're going to go ahead and program in the Wi-Fi code here and let it receive its updates. Alright, so at first boot up we have obviously a screen being presented to us to tell us that we can go ahead and swipe down. So let's go ahead and click the OK button. And welcome to MUCAR CDE900. This product can be expanded to 4 system diagnostic functions, and the manual can be checked in the repair info. Click OK. So let's go ahead and swipe down and see what we got here. We have our screen brightness, we have our Wi-Fi signal here, we have a icon that looks like to be a screen recorder, another one in the center that seems to be some type of computer interface, and one that seems to be like a rotation. So let's go ahead and see if we can move this here. Yep, that is our screen brightness. I'm going to go ahead and select from the drop down up here on the Wi-Fi, and that turns it on and off. Okay, so we are obviously being presented with our Wi-Fi signals floating through the air. All right, so as you can see, we got our Wi-Fi signals here, and I'm going to go ahead and select my Wi-Fi. All right, now it's asking us to enter our password. We've got a nice little keyboard here, and let's go ahead and input our information. All right, so I went ahead and programmed my information, and it's obtaining an IP address, connected, and we're good to go. And up on top it says Premiere, Product Premiere, upgrade APK. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it's letting me know the versions information. MUCAR CDE900. And we'll go ahead and let it do that. All right, so our CDE900 unit has just finished receiving the last of its updates. Now, one thing I need to mention here, in order for us to have access to the All Systems Diagnostic function I previously mentioned, the ECM, SRS, TCM, and ABS functions, this is going to require a one-time purchase fee of $40. And with this purchase fee, ThinkCar has informed me that this upgrade is going to be good for the lifetime of your unit, meaning you will always have access to these 4 systems and any included future updates, which is exceptional for a product at this price point and something you don't really see from the more expensive devices currently on the market. So much props to you, ThinkCar, MUCAR, for not nickel and diming your consumers. Now, for the purpose of this review, ThinkCar has already supplied me with the $40 upgrade package for this unit. So thank you again, ThinkCar, if you're out there watching. Now, at this point in the video, we're going to go ahead and insert our micro SD card into the TF slot. And if you recall, this card has not been formatted, and it's kind of just for me, I want to see if this unit will do formatting or take it as it is. All right, so our unit is all and ready, set to go. Up top here we have our battery life percentage. I'm not quite sure if you can see that. Mine's currently showing 89%, and we also have our Wi-Fi signal strength. A quick glance at the menus. We have code freeze frame, erase, live data stream, O2 sensor text, not quite sure what that is, other diagnostic functions, a little red arrow button here which looks to be like some sub menus, report generating, settings, and the ECM, SRS, TCM, ABS icon here. So let's go ahead and hook this up to our test vehicle and put it through some paces and see what this unit has to offer. Alright guys, so we're inside a 2017 Acura ILX, and this is going to be our test vehicle for today. I already have the CDE900 already connected up to the data port down there, and we're going to go ahead and try and run a scan. Now initially when you first plug this in, the CDE900 will power on by itself even though the car is not on, and it'll attempt to scan the vehicle or the data link port or the ECU, ECM for the information of the vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and do a rescan here, because when there's no power on, of course, the unit is not going to retrieve any information from the onboard computer. So I'm going ahead and click the retry, and as you can see, the CDE900 unit is already searching for the the vehicle information, and once it finds it, it will let you know. So right now we're receiving a little update, which is good to know, that they do frequently update their unit. So that's always a plus, and that was a pretty quick process. So we're still scanning. As you can see, it's checking for all the smog information. Now, if you did purchase the $40 package, it's going to go ahead and display all that smog information up on top. So as you can see, it found our vehicle up on top, a Honda Acura, of course, and you can see all our information with the vehicle up on top. We got 11.64 volts currently on the battery being displayed. Our 100% is the power that is on the unit, the CDE900 unit. That's our battery life. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at all the smog features here by clicking the little arrow. And as you can see, we're in the green. So if you are in need of a smog check and you want to make sure that you're going to be able to pass that smog check, this is going to let you know. Anything in red here will have or anything you see in red will obviously be an issue or a problem, and you might want to have checked out before you go get that smog check. We're going to go ahead and jump over to the code and freeze frame icon right here. And selecting that, we can see we can read our trouble codes, and we can also freeze the live data frame. Now, this vehicle doesn't have any trouble codes, but we're going to go ahead and push that anyways, let it read it, and as you can see, there are no fault codes there. So we're going to go back button, and we'll get to the freeze frame and other information maybe later on. So the erase function, if you did have some trouble codes there, this is going to go ahead and erase those trouble codes for you. But apparently this vehicle does not have any trouble codes, so we can't go through that function. Let's go ahead and get out of that. And the live data stream. The live data stream is what it is. Now when you go and use this live data stream, we can go ahead and power on the vehicle for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get some accurate information, and that's going to go ahead and give you live readings of all these features here. And if you wanted to, you can go ahead and save a sample of that information and review it at a later time. The O2 sensor text is not currently supported on this vehicle, but if you did have a vehicle that it has actually supported, it would read your upstream and downstream information on your O2s. Taking a look at the other diagnostic and this little arrow key here over here. Now, this arrow key right here will bring you to a diagnostic and a history. Now, the history is going to be the history of the vehicles that you have previously scanned, and it basically holds like a database of all that information. You can go back and review the vehicles that you did scan and possibly make improvements to it. The other diagnostic, we can go ahead and run a diagnostic on this. And as you can see, we have auto search upgrade, and then we have a slew of vehicles here that to choose from. So I have no doubt that the CDE900 is good for most vehicles you can pretty much throw at it. Now, the one thing good about the auto search, if we go ahead and click that button, the auto search is going to go ahead and find the vehicle information or the VIN number on there on your vehicle, your year, make, and model, and it's going to go ahead and present it here. So you have accurate information, and it knows what to retrieve as far as information concerning your trouble codes. We're going to go ahead and let this scan for a minute and see if it finds it. And we're in luck, it found our vehicle, and it's asking us to select the area that we're in. This is a US model. We're going to select US. And now we can perform other functions. We can get our health report, we can scan specific systems, or we can or scan the system and or have a system selection. So we're going to go ahead and run a health report just for this review. Okay. It does say it will take some time. And as you can see, it is checking all these systems here, and anything with the green arrow and check mark means it's pretty much good to go. If you had an issue, it would outline it in red. Alright, so that health report only took about if anything, a minute. And we're going to go ahead and select something here just to go ahead and check. Maybe the ABS brakes, and we're going to go ahead and hit that and see what type of information it displays. All right, so here we can go ahead and dive a little deeper into the fault codes that we possibly have. As you know, we have no fault codes present, so nothing is going to be there, or no issues are going to be with our ABS system. We can go ahead and hit the back button here, get out of this, and let's go to module information. This is going to give our VIN, ECU name, ECU identifier, and ECU serial number. Now again, if we had some fault codes with that, we can go ahead and clear our fault codes if we wanted to. But again, if we don't have any, so we can't do that here now. And let's read the live data stream. Now the vehicle is not on, but or the vehicle is not running at the moment, and so we don't have actual live information going on. But with the ABS system, it's probably not necessary. All right, and if you so choose, you can save a sample of all this information. We'll go ahead and back out of this. All right. Taking a look at the other diagnostics. I'm not sure if I quite clicked that yet. We have the onboard monitoring system, the evap system, and the DTC lookup. Let's go ahead and click on that onboard monitoring system. And it's going to give us some live values. And as you can see off to the right, we have the value, and it's letting us know that everything is okay with this test. Go ahead and back out of that. Evap system, I'm not sure if this vehicle is supported, but we're going to go ahead and check that out. So at this moment, it's not giving me any information. It might be because the vehicle's not on, but I don't really want to turn the vehicle on and ruin the audio for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and back out of that. Now there are a ton of functions here to go through. The DTC lookup is one of the better functions that I actually really like, and we can go ahead and look up fault codes, or diagnostic trouble codes is what it stands for. Now I'm very familiar with the P0300 code, which I recently had on an Infinity that I was working on. So we're going to pop that in and see what it gives us. We're going to click OK. And as you can see, it gives us a brief information of that fault code and how to troubleshoot. So some good information there. It gives you a good starting point on what to look for as far as your engine is concerned. This is a really handy feature because with the more simpler scanners that just give you the fault code, you basically have to take that information back to your computer or whip out your cell phone and pull up that information. But this kind of gives you an area where to start from if you are working on your car at the moment or in the moment. We're going to go OK. Let's back out of this. Taking a look at the reports. This is a really good feature here. As you can see, we have some reports. We've run a diagnostic on the vehicle, and now it's time to run a report. Now the report function is pretty good. This is what we have so far. Now we can go ahead and click on reports, and we can generate a report in PDF. Now if we go ahead and click on a report, we can see what is in there at the moment. All right. Let's do. Alright, so we currently don't have any reports on here, so we can go ahead and click PDF. If we did have one, we can go ahead and create a PDF report and take our unit back to our computer, download that report, or we can, since we have Wi-Fi capabilities, go ahead and email that report to ourselves or maybe to your mechanic, which is a really good feature if you are new to auto mechanics and you need assistance in troubleshooting something. That report is going to come in handy if you do have somebody, let's say in your family, that is very intuitive with the repairs. So let's go ahead and back out of that, and we're going to go ahead and get into settings. And settings is pretty unique here, and I really like the settings here. Now if you had the upgrade package, or you are in need of the upgrade package, you would go ahead and install that upgrade right here. Other features here, the 4-in-1 package lets you know that it is a $40 package, and you could go ahead and install that there, as you can see. Yeah. If we move over here, this is really cool features. We can take screenshots. We have a photo album selection. Now to take screenshots, let's go ahead and click this on right here, and once we click that on, it's going to give us a little button here to actually take a screenshot of the information that is presently on your display. We're going to turn that off real quick. Photo album is where we can go and retrieve our photos. Now the floating screen window is pretty unique here, and this is what you're currently seeing as I am recording this video. So off to the right, this screen that you're seeing me go through here is provided by the on-screen recorder, and which is really good. So once you click that on, you're going to get this floating window here with a time display. You can pause, or you can stop and start and record your screen as you go through certain functions, and maybe it's something you wanted to capture and show somebody else. So we do have our Wi-Fi here. We go ahead and select that, and it'll bring up all our Wi-Fi information. You can see all the Wi-Fi's in the area. Don't forget that we can also still get our Wi-Fi information from the top up here by the drop down menu, so we can also select our Wi-Fi there, take a snippet, and control the brightness of the screen. We have our unit of measurements, imperial. The time zone grabs automatically from your Wi-Fi. We can go ahead and fix some firmware updates, clear the data, clear the cache. File manager is pretty unique. Once you insert your SD card into here, your micro SD card, it will be presented here, and you can go ahead and dive further into here and retrieve information. So I'm going to go ahead and back out of that. Now we do have a help and a browser function. The browser is really unique. It gives us internet activity, and we can go ahead and research some information. Now I can't tell you how important this part is, because I don't know about you, but when I go back to, or when I'm working on a vehicle, I'm constantly running back and forth to try and look stuff up on the internet. Here we can go ahead and do that right through the device. Now one thing about the device, I noticed that it does not have any type of audio, but they still give you functions to go ahead and watch stuff like YouTube and other information. We got Instagram. As you can see, this is a normal web browser, and we can go ahead and search. Clicking on the YouTube button, we can go ahead and see that it will bring up our YouTube page, where we can go ahead and possibly look up issues that are related to our trouble codes. Right, so we're going ahead and back out of that. Alright, and so we have some other little icons here for Facebook, YouTube, Amazon, Wikipedia. Again, a really intuitive function right here. This is, to me, is gold, because it limits the amount of devices that I have to have present when I'm working on a vehicle. Alright, so clicking on the ECM, SRS, TCM, and ABS. Now, when you don't have the $40 upgrade package, right here you'll be presented with the cost of the package and what you need to actually do and get it. And I believe I have a screenshot of this, and I'll go ahead and try and post this up right here for you guys so you can see what it looks like when you just have your standard CDE900 without the $40 package upgrade. And this is what it would look like when you actually purchase it. Alright, so that pretty much brings this portion of it. Let's go ahead and head back to the table, and I'm going to give you a few more bits of information that MUCAR has sent me. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so as you can see, the MUCAR 900 is not your basic scan tool. It's a feature-packed OBD2 scan tool with lots of functionality that competes with the more expensive scan tools currently on the market. Now, today's vehicle demonstration was a small insight of what this tool has to offer. In fact, I've had the scan tool for about 2 weeks now, and I'm still learning the ins and outs of its function and capabilities. So don't be surprised if there's a little learning curve once you get your unit. With that said, I want to give you guys some helpful tips when setting up your unit. First, if you're installing a micro SD card, you're going to need to format that card on your home PC in the FAT32 file format. Any other format other than FAT32 will not work, and the card will not show up on your CDE900 display as I previously demonstrated. Secondly, once you've given your unit Wi-Fi access, make sure to allow your unit to fully update by going to the update icon, selecting app, and then update all. Don't be surprised if updates continue to roll in even after doing this. My unit updated quite a few times even after I had just previously updated it. Now, if you stuck around to the end of this review, I sincerely thank you guys and have a special surprise for you. For this review, ThinkCar was kind enough to offer my viewers a $10 discount code towards your own CDE900 scan tool, and links to the product as well as the discount code can be found in the description section of this review, so don't pass that up. And with all that said, guys, this is going to bring this review to a close. If this video helped you out, please consider giving me a thanks and subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. And until the next review, I'm the Chemist, and I will see you next problem.